Maybe you're just looking to create some chaos, or maybe you want to kill a few Sims. Either way, you've come to the right place, as we're going to look at 8 ways to start a fire in The Sims 4. First up is what your mind most likely thinks of when trying to start a fire, and it's cooking. You'll want to buy the worst stove there is and grab a Sim who can't cook to save their life, somewhat literally, then get them cooking a dish that requires a stove, such as grilled cheese, and don't even think of installing a fire alarm or sprinklers. There's a small chance that their cooking venture will fail miserably and they'll set the kitchen on fire. I will flag that it's much more difficult to start a fire this way in The Sims 4 when compared to previous games in the series. Despite this, it is base game friendly, which we love. Next up requires the Outdoor Retreat game pack. Firstly, buy a heap of rugs and plonk them all over the floor. That's right, you love rugs now. Then buy the Roast 'em and Toast 'em campfire and place it on top of the mountain of rugs. Then light the campfire and keep continually adding logs to make it a roaring blaze. Before long, the surrounding carpets will catch alight. That fire will absolutely spread and start causing a disaster in your home. Alas, a disaster that we probably wanted. Now, this can work in the base game with fireplaces too. However, I found it rather difficult to get a fireplace to catch alight, and this is a better option if you have access to the pack. As a related side note, if you have the Spa Day game pack, then lit incense is also a really great way to start a fire and can cause a fire when placed near flammable objects as well. Our third way to make a fire starts off with a bang. That's right, fireworks. You'll need the City Living expansion pack for this one, and you can buy fireworks at festivals, with some also available for purchase using a computer. Once bought, just start lighting them indoors, and naturally it will be a dangerous fire-filled disaster, which we're very much here for. This is one of the easiest and most reliable methods for starting a fire, so I highly recommend it if you can get your hand on some of those fireworks. Next up is a very easy way to start a fire, but it does require the Realm of Magic game pack. Simply have a Spellcaster Sim practice their untamed magic, and before long they'll be able to cast the Inferniate spell. Now you can cast this directly on other Sims, but they'll recover in seconds, and while you might want a recovery, you also might not. So more importantly, you can cast this spell on the ground, which will also cause a fire. Note that this fire will spread and kill Sims who get caught in the blaze. Number 5 is another reliable method for starting a fire, but it requires the Laundry Day stuff pack. Get washing and drying your clothes, and you'll notice that there will be an option to remove lint from the dryer after it has a run. Now pretend that option doesn't exist and put another load of washing through the dryer. Without removing the lint, there's a really high chance of starting a fire. Generally, 2 runs with a lint-filled dryer is enough to cause one. As a side note, make sure the dryer doesn't have the lintless upgrade installed, as this will thwart your fire-making plans. Moving on now, and if you have the Get to Work expansion pack and you enter into the Scientist career, then at level 2 of the career, you can create a Simray. However, at level 2, you can only use it to freeze people, so you want to advance in the career once more to get to level 3. And then you'll be able to upgrade the Simray to transform objects. This function, as expected, can be used on other objects to turn them into something else, but there's a chance that when doing so, you'll start a fire instead. So by all means, transform that piece of furniture into some fire. Our 7th way requires the Spooky Stuff pack. This brings with it the Pumpkin Carving Station, which can be used to craft jack-o'-lanterns. Craft one, light it, and then place it on the floor. When on the floor, have your Sim give it a smash while it's still lit. Don't worry, your Sims won't question you when you queue up this interaction. As you would expect, this has a very high chance of creating a fire, perfect for spicing up Halloween, I might add. Finally, number 8 is more just a little bit of a fun fact, as it's very difficult to set up, but if you have a playable ghost Sim who has died from a fire, then when angry, they'll have the option to start a fire at any location they choose from. Simply click on the ground and make that fire. Alas, that is 8 ways to start a fire in The Sims 4. If you enjoyed or found that helpful, then please subscribe and leave a like. I would really appreciate it. And have an amazing day. See you later.